Hey YouTube, it's Level 1 here. Gonna talk to you about what kind of laptop should you get for your music production. But first, let's start up this fire here, why don't we? Yeah, it's a cold day out today, you know. I like to be efficient, so let's see if that can get going while I do this video. So first off, you're gonna ask yourself, should I get a Mac or a PC? Everyone always narrows it down to that. Instead of all the PC brands like Asus and Zenbook and the other like Lenovo and Dell and MSI, everyone just, oh no, my fire's not starting. Everyone always narrows it down to Mac versus PC. Let's see if this can get going here. Well, I don't really like Mac. I feel like they're overpriced for, hey, that's going pretty good, huh? I feel like it's overpriced for what you're actually paying for. For half the value, or half the price, I got the same value laptop from Lenovo. And I have been pretty happy with it so far. I haven't had any problems. I've run a few different Ableton Live files on it so far. None of them have any issues, and some of them have had multiple instances of Serum. It updated all my software perfectly and quickly, and it seems to run pretty good. And I would rather have one modern good laptop than a laptop and a desktop like people normally have. You know, you can minimize what you're actually using and use the good Thunderbolt 3 ports and USB-C ports to get all your different devices connected. And if you can minimize down to one device, it's going to save you a lot of time. And you're still going to have to back everything up on an external hard drive, but you're going to have to use flash drives, but you're not going to have to swap from desktop to laptop, laptop to desktop, and that's just going to save a bit of time in itself. And it's going to save you money if you're only buying from scratch. And speaking of money, you don't even really need to buy a brand new laptop or desktop if your current one is pretty strong. If you have a good gaming PC, just go ahead and use that one and spend your money somewhere else. I got a new laptop because my desktop was pretty old, even though it still ran good. It has an i5 desktop processor with the 4th generation, or actually I think 3rd generation i5 processor and only 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it still ran really good. In fact, it ran pretty much better than my new Acer one that I got a year and a half ago, and that's why I upgraded my laptop, because my Acer laptop with an i7 U700 or 6700U processor didn't really run as well as I thought it would, and I'm hoping this new one will. I haven't ran through all the tests yet, but it seems like as far as laptops go, that's pretty much the best you can do, is get a 7700 HQ i7 processor, a 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a solid state hard drive, preferably half a terabyte, so you have enough storage and extra storage so it doesn't start slowing down on you, because they start to do that with solid state hard drives. And from there you'll be pretty future set. You won't, they aren't going to be coming out with too much better, in my opinion. The 8th generation processors for Intel are good, and I would recommend one of those too if that's your thing. I just think that the base clock speed might be a little too low. They're not really tested out as much as something else. I don't know. I just went with the HQ 7700. And when they come out with the HQ 8th generation for laptops, that'll be better. Probably in like a year from now will be a better time to buy laptops. But right now, you know, these desktops, a desktop might be stronger. And I'll tell you guys in a week or two if my laptop can actually compare to my old desktop, because my old i5 desktop was pretty beast, and if this one can't keep up, I'm just going to return it. So, you know, it's up for grabs. One thing I would not do is buy an Apple, and try to save money where you can, but get the best you can afford. Worry about the processor, the RAM, and the hard drive. Make sure it's a solid state hard drive so it doesn't get ruined when you're bumping around on the road, bumping on stage with all the music going when you're DJing. That shit is a lot of vibrations, and a spinning hard drive, you don't want that because it's spinning. It'll wobble and break. So get a solid state hard drive, and As of right now, I'm suggesting one laptop versus a laptop and a desktop. If I can replace my desktop and then sell it for like $300 or even keep it for other things or as a backup computer, or if I was getting into this new, I would definitely buy a laptop as long as it passes my tests in the next week or two when I'm producing music on it later today, tomorrow, the next day. Yesterday I produced a little bit on it and it did pretty good actually. Mostly I was updating the softwares and getting my softwares installed like Rekordbox and Ableton and Serum, but it handled pretty good on a few different instances of Serum and live. It said the CPU usage was a little high, but it definitely wasn't near clipping out. It was like 40 or 50%. And my old desktop was like 30 to 40%, you know, so if you're going off of that, which you might not want to go off of, but if you are, that's like, you know, some people say desktop components are better, so you know, it's still a debate, but one thing I would not do is buy an Apple. So anyway, check out my music, check out my song, I'll link it all down below, my SoundCloud, my music videos on my level 1 account, my main account. This is my vlogging life account, and I'll have more of these up every day, you know, keeping you in on everything that I'm doing, all my opinions and everything. So, you know, hit subscribe and like, and thank you. Peace.